We'll be discussing Class 7 Geography, Chapter 4 Air. Atmosphere. First, understand the meaning of atmosphere. Now, it is a huge blanket of air that surrounds the earth. It provides us the air that we breathe and protect us from the harmful effects of sun rays. Without this, we would either be baked alive by the heat of the sun during the day or frozen at night. So, we can say that this mass that made the earth, this is the mass that made the earth livable for us. Now, here is the composition of the atmosphere. As we know that it is the masses of air, so it comprises of different types of gases, so accounting for nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, argon 0.93%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, and other gases for the rest. Here, nitrogen and oxygen are the two main gases of the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon, hydrogen, and dust particles are found in lesser quantities. Nitrogen is present in abundance. Plants need nitrogen for their survival, but they can't take it directly. So, rhizobium, a bacteria that live in the roots nodules of some plants, especially the leguminous one, they take nitrogen from the air and change its form into nitrates and nitrites so that plant can use it further. Oxygen is very important for human and animals. Green plants release it during photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide, green plants use it to make their food. Humans and animals release it, which is equal to the amount consumed by the plants. If we cut trees rigorously, this balance gets disturbed, and balance also get disturbed due to burning of fuels such as coal and oil, as they added tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Now here is the structure of atmosphere. Our atmosphere comprises of 5 layers, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Troposphere is the nearest layer of the atmosphere to the earth. All weather phenomenon took place, which includes cloudy sky, rain, or other forms of precipitation. It extends up to 13 km. Next is stratosphere. Stratosphere extends from 13 to 50 km. This layer is free from clouds and thus it is ideal for flying airplanes. Moreover, ozone layer is also present over here. Next layer is mesosphere. Mesosphere extends from 50 to 80 km. Meteoroids burn up here. Next is thermosphere. It extends from 80 to 400 km. It is the most vital because ionosphere is a part of it and it helps in radio waves transmission. Now the last is exosphere. It extends above 4000 km and this layer is considered very thin and very light gases such as helium and hydrogen are found here, which comes in the atmosphere from space. Now weather and climate. Weather is hour to hour and day to day condition in the atmosphere, whereas the average weather condition of a place for a longer period of time represent the climate of a place. For example, a hot and humid day is the weather, while if it is prolonged for a longer period of time, Then it's a climate. Temperature. The degree of hotness and coolness of air is known as temperature. Temperature of the atmosphere changes not only between day and night but also from season to season. For example, summer are hotter than winter. The temperature is measured in two forms. The magnitude of temperature is measured in two ways: degree and in degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. The instrument that is used for measuring temperature is thermometer. The important factor that influences the distribution of temperature is insolation. Now, insolation is the incoming of solar energy intercepted by the earth. The amount of insolation decreases as we move from equator towards the poles. Therefore, the temperature decreases in the same way. Temperature in cities is much higher than that of villages. The concrete and metals in the buildings and the asphalt of roads gets heated up during the day. The heat is released during the night, thus raising the temperature of the city. The trapped warm air increases the temperature of the city. Now, air pressure. First, understand the meaning of air pressure. Air pressure can be defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of air on the Earth's surface. It is the air that presses from all directions and our body exerts a counter pressure. As we go up to the layer of atmosphere, the pressure falls rapidly. It means we can say that it is directly proportional with the height. The air pressure is high at the sea level and decreases with height. Horizontally, it is influenced by the temperature of a given place. In areas where temperature is too high, the air gets heated and rises up. This creates low pressure area, and low pressure is associated with cloudy sky and wet weather. While areas having low temperature, the air is cold and hence the air is heavy. Heavy air sinks and creates a high pressure area. It is associated with clear and sunny sky. The air always moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. And when the movement of air is from low pressure area to high pressure area is known as wind. Some wind blow gently, such as breeze, while some blow strongly, such as storm. Now, winds can be categorized into three, that is, a permanent, seasonal, and local. Permanent winds blows constantly throughout the year in a particular direction. For example, trade winds, westerlies, and easterlies. Seasonal winds, it changes their direction in different seasons. For example, monsoon winds. Local winds, it blows only during a particular period of the day or a year in a small area. For example, Lu, sea breeze, and land breeze. Here in this picture, you can see the major pressure belts and wind system. The major pressure belts are equatorial low pressure area, then high pressure area, subpolar low pressure area, subpolar high pressure area. Cyclone. First, understand the meaning of cyclone. A cyclone is a large scale air mass that rotates inward, spiraling around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. Now, Odisha is a place located on east sea coast of India, and it is prone to cyclones that originate in the Bay of Bengal. It was hit by two major cyclones on 17-18 October 1999, which hit nearly five districts of the state. Another cyclone was occurred on 29th October 1999. It devastated large portion of the state. The three main factors that was the cause were wind velocity, rain, and the tidal surge. The speed of the cyclone was recorded of 260 km per hour, and it was lasted for 36 hours. High wind velocity uprooted trees and damaged the kacha houses. Power supply and telecom lines snapped completely. Heavy rains occurred under the influence of cyclone continuously for 3 days. These rains led to flooding in the major cities of Odisha. Cyclonic winds caused tidal waves that swept 20 km inland and caused massive destruction to standing paddy crops. The cyclone originated as a depression in the Gulf of Thailand near east of Port Blair on 25th October 1999 and gradually moved in a northwestward direction. It intensified into a supercyclone and hit the area between Irasama and Balikuda in Odisha on 29th October at 10:30 am. It swept the cities of Bhubaneswar and Cuttack and 28 coastal towns. About 13 million people were affected, and a large number of livestock were killed. Standing crops of paddy, vegetables, and fruits were heavily damaged. Due to salination caused by tidal surge, large tracts of agriculture land have become infertile, and the mangrove forest between Pradeep and Konark vanished. Now, next is moisture. What is the meaning of moisture? When water evaporates from different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. Now, this water vapor or moisture in the air is known as humidity. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold water vapor increases and it becomes more and more humid. So the clothes takes longer to dry, and sweat from our body don't evaporate easily on a humid day. When water vapor rises, it starts cooling. It condenses, causing formation of water droplets. So, clouds are the masses of such droplets. When it becomes heavy, it comes down as precipitation. Now, precipitation that comes down in liquid state is known as rain. Here are the uses of rain. It can be used. Um, it is mostly used as groundwater comes from rainwater. Plants help in its preservation. Very important for survival of plants and animals. Then it brings fresh water on earth, and if rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought may occur. On the other hand, if it is more, then flood may take place. Now, rainfall is of three types: conventional, relief or orographic, and cyclonic rainfall. Thank you.